Welcome back to CBS Mornings. We've had so much fun this week checking in with people that we've introduced you to over the past few years with the goal of answering just one pretty simple question. How are you now? This morning, we visit with a former media executive, Ron King. He was forced to say goodbye to his high-powered position covering high fashion. But in losing his job, he found himself in a really unexpected place, surrounded by donkeys. Among the coastal hills of Northern California, right in the middle of wine country.
My favorite part of my day is my donkey hug.
Ron King has created a donkey sanctuary.
It's the weight of the head that lets you know he is like happy.
This is so sweet.
This 75-acre ranch is a nonprofit dedicated to their rescue and rehabilitation.
They're intelligent and they have very high emotional intelligence. I give them love and they give me love back. I'm a donkey guy now.
It's a far cry from his pre-pandemic life, attired in Gucci, shuttling between New York and Los Angeles. As a senior VP for Time Inc., he managed sales and marketing for some well-known brands. Was there a moment in your life where you thought, damn, I've made it?
Yeah, I think it was when, I was flying first class to Milan to sit front row at Versace. That was a big deal.
But in 2018, the sale of Time led to the elimination of King's position. So he freelanced, but then COVID hit. The work dried up and the despair set in. Then came a call from an old friend, Phil Selway, a prominent pop art dealer. He hired Ron to move to his ranch and sell it because it wasn't being used.
I thought it would be a win-win. He could help me tremendously, and it would help him, give him another project.
King took the job, and while hiking around the property, he felt something new, this sense of calm.
My head is always like a snow globe that's being shook. It never stops. That sense of sort of chaos in my head was just normal for me. When the snow globe stops after 20 years, you feel that.
But you were still enough to recognize it.
I was still enough to recognize it.
And respectful enough to act on it.
I had no thoughts in my head except this beautiful surrounding. And I realized it's the first time I'd felt serenity in 20 years.
Well, serenity met serendipity. King discovered a story about the plight of donkeys, known historically as strong pack animals capable of hauling goods. But they've outlived their usefulness. So donkeys, which can live around 30 years, are sold at auction, slaughtered, and then skinned for their hides to be used for traditional Chinese medicine.
They don't have any advocates. They don't win races. They don't feed a food chain. And I thought, I need to help donkeys. So I said, Bill, I have an idea that I want to run by you. I want you to take it off the market, not sell it, and let me turn this into a donkey sanctuary.
That sounds bananas.
And he will tell you, he also said it sounded bananas.
The first thing I thought when Ron was giving this presentation was that he was crazy and I would be crazy to go along with this. It's absolutely blown me away, and I could not be happier.
Donations support their cause. Every donkey here would have been killed.
Patches was dying of starvation. The only way to help a donkey that's been abused emotionally recover is to love it back to health. And I had this moment where I realized that there's a difference between things that I enjoy and things that bring me joy. And I was 52 years old when I realized those were two different things. It's a whole different way of living. You will never be this sick again.
And in helping donkeys to heal, he may be healing his own invisible scars. King's struggles began at an early age, when this son of a Southern Baptist preacher first realized he was gay.
They were young and they were religious and they had a little sissy boy. So that didn't go well. All I really wanted all along was to matter. Come on.
By his 20s, he was homeless, addicted to drugs and alcohol. He got sober only after surviving an overdose. Understanding the power of resilience.
You wanted to take the donkeys hiking?
Yes, sir. Keep these guys fit.
King rebuilds the donkey's strength and trust so that they're ready for adoption.
For a long time, proving that I could be someone or be something motivated me. That part has gone. But I want to matter to the world, to the donkeys, to people.
You know, changing lives may be a heavy burden for a lot of people, but it is a load that these animals seem to haul with grace.
I was pretty accomplished by all those standards, and I found myself with the rug pulled out from under me. And for that level of despair to be so close, so recent, is really an important lesson in resilience and turnaround. Good morning. There is light at the end of the tunnel, and it's not always a freight train. Sometimes it's donkeys.
That was 7 months ago. Ron, how are you now?
Yeah, things are going great. We have been flooded with donations and volunteers and adoptions, so it's been super busy and super fun.
Hi. She's brand new here. She's just learning to trust us.
With the surge in donations, they've gone ahead and built 5 new pens for quarantining animals when they arrive. That's to protect the health of the herd.
We've taken in 5 donkeys in the last 3 weeks.
Do you still feel like what you are doing matters?
What I really realized is as long as we stay true to what we're doing and why we're doing it, that mattering starts to amplify. And then we now have 91 volunteers. All of our volunteers share how much they feel like they matter.
And his vulnerability struck a chord. He was invited to share his story with a group of medical professionals who help troubled teenagers.
I really spoke about different ways in which teens could feel like they matter, why mattering is of such importance. As you know, I was a struggling teen, and so that was really meaningful to me. Hi, baby girl. It's never too late for a new start, and chasing joys. It's amplified out to literally thousands of people, and once that happens, you really feel like you're making a difference. Oh, my baby.
Such important lessons there.
Here's the takeaway. There's a difference, he says, between things that I enjoy and things that bring me joy.
It's good.
I think the most impactful part, though, is that, and I think many people feel this way, is that you think that you have it all, you want to be somebody, but it's really, when it comes down to it, you just want to matter.
That's right. Yeah. You know, Oprah says, we all want to know, do you hear me?
Do you hear
and
me?
does what I have
Be
to
seen.
say matter?
Yeah.
That's what they say.
People-
Listen, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, people clearly heard your story. He says he's got donations
Yeah.
coming in. There are new partnerships,
Volunteers.
affiliations, volunteers coming in. I love the pride he takes in wearing that shirt that says staff on the back.
I love it.
Dream.
Very
David,
simple.
thank you so much all week. It's been awesome.